So guys, myself Raghu, I have around 14 plus years of experience in IT. Then come to the teaching. Okay, at least from last 7 to 8 years, I'm into training, especially cloud computing like AWS, Azure, DevOps, these kind of areas I'm taking care of. So I've conducted different online and classroom sessions, including the corporate sessions as well on the cloud environment. Now, in this particular session, we designed for an AWS and DevOps sessions. So I'll take your inputs as well now, based on our understanding. Okay, we'll try to plan our sessions. Okay. So every day it is a 1 hour session. Okay, 1.5 hour session. So you will get an recorded sessions every day. You will get lab documents for that particular day. That way we'll try to go. Yeah. Now, can you please try to introduce yourself, especially what you do, what you're expecting? Okay. What's your present experience and all? Try to brief me, please. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and you can try to introduce. Yeah. And also one request from my end, try to fill this particular form so that I can understand. And you can try to introduce yourself so that we'll take it forward from there. Can you unmute Salman, Vinay? We'll go one by one. Salman, can you? Vinay? Yalla. Anyone want to introduce this?
Yeah, hi, this is Vivek here. Yeah, I have around 10 plus years of experience in IT. Currently, actually, I am working on ETL tools, but I wanted to learn AWS DevOps and Azure DevOps. I wanted to upskill myself.
So you are working ETL tools on data centers.
Yes.
So in Azure and AWS also we have a lot of different ETL tools. Okay, nowadays a lot of projects are adopting cloud related tools.
Yeah, basically, I'm looking for AWS Glue as well. Are you going to cover AWS Glue?
Yeah, I'll tell. Yes, we'll try to cover that AWS Glue. Sure. Okay. We'll try to cover that. Yeah. Anyone want to introduce this? No? Shall we start? If no, I'll start it. Okay, fine. Let me start mine. I'll try to meeting you, all of you, so that we can have a better session. So guys, we'll try to understand what exactly we are going to cover, how it is going to help you. Okay, in career nowadays, I'll try to explain. So at this moment, we are planning AWS with DevOps. So once we have done with AWS, we'll start on a new session with Azure as well. But at this moment, we are focusing on AWS. So what is AWS? Any idea? What is AWS? It's a cloud computing, right? Cloud computing, fine. But what exactly cloud computing is? Right? Cloud computing is fine, but what exactly cloud computing is? So in a cloud, we have different types of clouds again. One is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, right? And software as a service. right? We have a different types of clouds like infra, platform, software. So what infrastructure service does, they'll give you all the infrastructure to manage your applications. Let us say you require an VM, virtual machine, storage, network. Okay. For that, okay, they'll give you on a hardware. You can take on a rent basis, on a lease basis, right? Let us say per hour, per month, per day. You can try to take that and you can try to. Okay. So basically, infra service level, they'll give you an infrastructure for your applications. You can use it and pay for that. That is nothing but pay as you go on. Platform service in the sense they'll give you a platform. It comes with an underlying hardware as well as they'll install all the required application. Just you deploy your data, that's it. Your developer given data, your developer given code, that code you deploy it, that's it. Okay. Software as a service is nothing but everything they'll create like Gmail, Outlook kind of. Just you create account and use it. That is nothing but software as a service. Okay. Now, which one we are working with, right? Which one we are working. So basically, when you are working with an Azure or AWS, initially they started with infra services. They used to give infra services. Then they are given platform, software, everything nowadays there. Okay. So again, AWS, Azure, GCP, these are all public clouds. These are all public clouds. And I mean, what is the difference between public cloud and private cloud? Right? We have a public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud as well. Okay. What is mean by public cloud? When I say public cloud, anyone you are okay, anyone can create an account and they can start using it. Let us say in AWS, you can create an account, you can start using. Azure, you can create an account and start using. That is a public cloud. Anyone can create account and they can start using it. Right? So they'll pay as they use. Whereas private cloud, within your data center, you set up on a mechanism and you are selling to your clients. Like your organization has different departments like IT, sales, HR, some home loans, something. You are trying to share your resources to your own teams. So then we can call it a private cloud. Combination of this, hybrid. Okay. Combination of this, we can call it as hybrid. Now, in AWS point of view, or DevOps point of view, what we can achieve with this? Okay, let us say, what is DevOps? What is AWS? Now we understand that AWS is a public cloud service. They'll give you all the offerings like infra services, platform services, and software services. And what is DevOps then? Any idea what is DevOps? So there's a lot of definitions for DevOps. In my view, DevOps is something how better you release the software by adapting different methodologies. Yeah, okay, how we are achieving better release of our software. In DevOps, like DevOps is not a particular tool or particular technology or particular team. DevOps is on a culture. DevOps is on a process how you implement in your organization to make your releases better. Suppose I want to create 10 servers. Okay, developer given a code, I want to deploy that to 10 servers. Rather than connecting each and every server, deploying it, so you improve something, you write some automation to that. So whenever developer given a code, it automatically deploys. Such kind of solutions you design. Okay, everyday improvement, continuous improvement. Okay, in DevOps, we have mainly two things, I can say. One is continuously you try to improve your CI, continuous integration, CD, continuous delivery and deploy. In DevOps, we have some process. Okay, what are those? It involves continuous integration, continuous delivery, and continuous monitoring. What is that? Continuous monitoring. Continuous monitoring means what? So if your application deployed, right, your application is deployed, fine. But it is in a very important application, business critical. It is revenue generated. If that is down, you may lose, right? You may lose the revenue. For that, to avoid that, we try to monitor that. We continuously monitor. If something went wrong, we can go and address that issue. So that is why we use continuous monitoring, continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous monitoring, and feedbacks. Feedback is very important, right? So we can try to get feedback. So how DevOps, how cloud computing is helping to DevOps? How cloud computing is helping to DevOps? So if you look at here, so let us say a developer, okay, a developer team is there. They develop the code. Some testing happen. So previously, like the once development done, that goes to testing. Testing done, then they find the bugs. Again, it goes to developers. Again, they'll try to update. That they call it as a water flow method. That we call it as water flow. Nowadays, everyone following agile methodology. Everyone following agile. Agile means rather than developing everything in a one go, what we do is they try to take an important features and they try to develop incrementally. So once the particular feature is done, immediately they release. Let us say we are working on gaming one. They have 7 levels of games, 7 levels in a game. So rather than releasing all the 7 levels in a one go, they release only first level 1. By the time people completes level 1, they release the level 2. Right? Such a way, what is the advantage you see in this? Do you see any advantage with this? We are regularly releasing, right? So if it completes 7 levels, then you release means it takes some time. By the time someone released a new game, people will attract. Right? So you are releasing regularly levels. And if you find out, so we can also find out the bugs very early state. Okay, why? Because you are trying to take only one small feature, you are working on it. Immediately you are testing. So you can identify the issues very early and you can resolve much better. We can give much quality code, frequent releases, okay, regular deployments, no downtime. Such kind of things we can achieve. So once it is testing done, we require a platform, right? We require a platform to deploy that. This platform will get it from AWS or Azure or GCP. So with the help of this clouds, we can try to build infrastructure with the code, like, okay, with a no time. So in a span of minutes, you can build entire infrastructure. So previously we used to take days. Now it is in minutes. So you can try to create infrastructure, deploy your developer given code, test it. If not working, you can delete it. If it's working, okay, fine, make it live. right? So DevOps and cloud are working together now to achieve better results. So what are the things we are going to cover here? Okay, in this particular session, okay, we'll try to have separate sessions for Azure and Azure DevOps and all. But at this moment, in the AWS, we'll cover Solution Architect Associate. There is an CSA 03. 03 is the latest certification. That is nothing but architecting, AWS architecting. So with the help of AWS services, how we are going to build the solutions. Let us say some client asks you, hey, we have an Swiggy kind of an site you want to implement. With the help of AWS services, how you are going to implement. Someone came and say, hey, we have a Netflix kind of an app. We want to set up. Right? Someone says Practo kind of site. We have a Practo site. Okay, big basket site. We want to implement. For that, lot of services will be there, right? Lot of services will be there. Like web, app, DB, some messaging, notifications, some big data related services like, okay, some data is there, Swiggy, they want to analyze the data. Okay, from where we are getting orders, at what time they are getting orders, such kind of, right? So they do some big data ETL tools. So, okay, messaging tools, emails, lot of, okay, resources we require in any application. If you look at like an something like an technology factor used stack or barrels stack. So just try to look at how the Practo tech stack is there. Or not only Practo, you can try to check any technology like Big Basket, how it is working and all those things you can see that. Okay. So how many downloads they are happening? Okay, how much visits are happening in a monthly visits, growth. So you can how they got this information. So that once they visited their site, they collect the data, they do analytics, and they try to present. For that, how the services AWS is giving. Okay. So for the web app DB, how they are connecting. Okay. So they are practical using AWS actually. Are they showing anything about architecture? Or else you can directly search with an practical architecture stack. Okay. Think these are all the front end, back end they are using. They are using Amazon EC2, Amazon S3. These are all the AWS services. Okay. And apart from that, they are using a lot of other tools as well. So Route 53 is a DNS. These are all the AWS services. DevOps related services, what they are using, these are all the DevOps related. Jenkins, Visual Studio, these are all the some of them. They can use. So they have not given architecture details, but I think I'll get it. I'll show you a lot of architectures like Practo. I have a video for that, how the Practo is deployed on AWS, some services on Azure. I'll give you that architectural details so that you can understand how we can consume our AWS or Azure resources. Okay. And we can try to build our own applications. So for that, we need to understand, okay, for that, okay, we need to understand what are the AWS services or Azure services they are given. How to utilize that? For that, we need to write on a certification, solution architect associate. There is a professional also there, associate and professional. So you can try to write at least one certification like this. Okay. So before certificate Azure Architect, there is a some okay basic level of certification also there. Yeah, if you want to write, you can write that as well. But I recommend to go with this solution certified solution architect associate in AWS. In AWS, we'll try to learn lot of services, beginning with compute service, compute like EC2. In a compute, we have EC2 servers basically. Okay, storage services, backup services, networking services, okay, monitoring services. Lot of services we'll try to understand in AWS. And also, we'll try to learn a lot of services in DevOps as well. DevOps starting with Git as a version control tool, right? Git as a version control tool. Once develop the code, right? Where will store the code? Once developer given a code, where will store that? In a Git. Git is a version control. Then what we do, we try to perform some CI, continuous integration. Like we build the software. Like what are the builds we can do, like .zip files, .exe files, right? Some jar files, var files. So based on that particular technology, right? Based on that particular technology, you can try to create jars, flags, and all. That we need to deploy. That we need to deploy. If I want to deploy, I need a platform in AWS. I can create a platform. To create a platform, there are some tools called Terraform, like infrastructure as a code. We call this IAC. IAC means infrastructure as a code. We'll try to learn infrastructure. With that Terraform, right, we can build our infrastructure very fast. Okay, we can build our infrastructure. Terraform will try to understand. There's advanced tools like Docker, Kubernetes. So we'll try to understand Docker and Kubernetes. Only with Docker and Kubernetes also, there is a lot of movement. Okay, how we manage Kubernetes on our AWS EKS. There is a service called in AWS EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service. We'll try to learn that. Okay, Docker, how to. So previously we used to have a physical machines, then virtual machines came. Nowadays people are using microservices, Docker or Podman. Different microservice solutions are there. You can use that. So we'll try to learn in detail Docker and Kubernetes. In AWS services point of view, I'll also discuss like some of the data engineering services here. Okay, like an Athena. You can write some queries on your data. There is a lot of log data is generated, application logs or OS logs. Someone trying to connect. So you can try to utilize some data engineering tools like Athena, Glue. Okay, you can try to make a data warehouse. You might have heard about data warehouse, right? Hadoop, data warehouse. So those kind of tools also we have like Glue, EMR, Elastic Map Reduce, some Athena, such kind of data engineering tools also. So we'll try to understand that. Nowadays, I could see some of the openings with DevOps and data engineering. So that we can apply. Okay. So like now, let's say data engineering tools like Glue, Elastic Map Reduce, and DynamoDB. Database point of view, we can say RDS, Relational Database Services. We'll try to create databases like Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL. That's all relational data. RDS means relational database service. We also have some NoSQL databases now, like MongoDB. In AWS point of view, we have an okay DynamoDB. Okay, those things also we'll try to. Okay, we'll try to. I'll give you detailed course content what we are going to cover. Okay, we'll try to give you the detailed document. What are the things we are going to cover? Okay, so that we with the schedule wise. Okay, what day, what topic we'll discuss. So that you'll have all the idea what we are going to cover. Okay. Any questions now? If you want to ask any questions, I'll take a pause here. If you have any questions, you can ask. So we'll do different projects here. Okay. So we'll do monitoring one project. Okay. I mean, it's a task and project. We'll do different architecturals we'll give and we'll ask you to implement that. Okay. Some of them through manually we do. Some of them we'll try to do with automation like DevOps thing. Like we try to do Terraform through infrastructure build. We'll try to deploy to Kubernetes. We try to build that Kubernetes with the Terraform. Then you try to deploy developer given code. Such kind of workflows we'll try to create. Okay. Such kind of workflows we'll try to create. Okay. So if no questions, well and good. We'll start from tomorrow our sessions. So have you all updated this form? Have you all updated this form? Please. Hello.
Yeah.
Try to update that form, guys. So we'll try to start our first session tomorrow. So here we are going to cover Linux, shell scripting, and Python as well. With the help of Python, how we are automating our day-to-day activities, especially in AWS. Okay, let us say you want to automate our activities to create some alarms, notifications, regular day-to-day activities, whatever we require. Okay, there is some Lambda functions are there. Lambda functions basically a serverless we call. Okay, we'll try to look at that serverless. Okay, how it works now. So Python with shell scripting and Linux we discussed. With the Terraform, we are going to automate our regular activities. Okay. Here. Session will be every day, 8 AM IST. Okay. At least 1.5 hour session will be there every day. 8 to 9:30 kind of. So you decide to like 1.5 hour every day, 8 to 9:30. So we'll try to cover that. Is that clear? Any questions? No? If no questions, we'll meet again tomorrow. Same time, 8 AM. 8 AM. So we'll try to continue that.
సార్ రికార్డింగ్ మీ సిస్టమ్ మీద డౌన్లోడ్ అవుతుంది సార్.
Okay. Yeah. I'll share it to you.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Fine. See you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is our schedule. Yes, I'll share you the schedule PDF, what we are going to cover. Okay. Day-wise schedule, I'll share it with you. So that, okay, we can try to follow that. Here and there, 1 or 2 days here and there will happen. That is fine. But okay, ideally, we'll try to share all the schedule details, how it works. Okay. Tomorrow is our first session with the Linux basics and shell scripting kind of thing. We'll try to discuss that. Okay. Okay. So meet you tomorrow with our regular sessions.
Hello, Raghu sir.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
is Vinay.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, sir. I am a reference of Subbu, sir.
Okay.
Subbu is giving me reference from my side.
Okay. Ma'am. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can join this regular session. So okay, you'll have a regular updates from there. Okay.
Sure, Raghu sir. Thank you, sir.
this session every day at 8 a.m.
Hello,
Yeah, hello.
this is Vishnu Prakash, sir.
Yeah, Vishnu, tell me.
Sir, I am reference to Sujit sir. Sir.
Okay, okay. Okay,
Please update me, sir.
sure. So did you fill that document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Okay, so we'll get a regular updates through that automatically. So
Okay.
okay, you can use same link tomorrow to join the session.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so tomorrow is our regular session. So,
Okay, sir.
okay, day 1. Okay, see you tomorrow.